Well, good morning, everyone. It's a little bit nippy, but not too bad at all. Actually, I don't even have to have this on, but I wear it because I don't want to take no chance on getting sick. Because there's a dampness, there's a humidity here. We've had rain. What's new? Always rain. In the desert, dry, but wind and sand. And here, not hot yet, but it will be. And there will be the humidity. Well, let's see. I thought I would talk about part 2 of things that you should have to start off with, and some of it really, as you go along, you'll probably either want it or need it. So I'm going to discuss that too. Okay. Some of the things, let's see. I didn't mention, you need to really have pillow and sheets and blanket because you're going to need it no matter what you have. I have a small fold-up table. Actually, I have two. I have a metal one and I have a plastic one. The plastic one I keep in the van. The metal one I take out, and I can put my cook stove and what have you on it. And it kind of, it's like this, and then it folds down like this, so it takes up very little room. And I do have my frying pans, which I do have some cast iron ones I had mentioned in another video. That, and I have a copper one, which I love it. I love that one. I've got my French press for my coffee. I have to have my coffee in the morning. And even though I only drink 1 cup, and sometimes 2, I still need to have it. And my thermos bottle. Once I learned how to cook with that, I love it. It really makes it simple. I get everything done in the morning, then I've got all day, and what's left to be done doesn't take that much time. But I have those, and I love it. And I have a hammock, too. In the desert, I couldn't use it, but now that I'm out of the desert and I've got trees, I might be able to put it out and just enjoy myself, because I love to lay out and just listen to nature and watch the birds, and I just love doing all that. It's so healing to me. To me, it's healing. Wipes. Don't forget wipes. We really need them. I have gone through a lot of wipes. I like to use my soap and water, but there are times that it's not that convenient, so I do have my wipes. And for a shower, I finally got everything together. I got it's a 3-gallon, one of those pump sprayers, and I got the sprayer for the kitchen sink and the hose to it, and I've attached everything, and I've tested it, and it's working great, and I can't wait to be out there and use it. The only thing I got to do is I've got to paint my the 3-gallon sprayer. I've got to paint it black, but that's no problem. I have a lot of black paint. Another thing that I think is really necessary is to have some type of solar light that you can have in your van. I don't like to waste the battery and by turning on the lights in the van. And not only that, but oh my God, I've really messed it up before. I didn't turn it off good, my battery went dead, and I said no. And then my friend Gigi gave me the solar light. She had 2, she gave me 1, and it's called Lucy Light, and I love it. And I also have a couple of those solar lights that you put out in the yard, and I like using them too. I like to put them around the van like that. It distracts animals and critters to come that close to me. And that I like also. I have my inverter. Well, of course, I have my solar panel, and I love my inverter because the inverter I have has got 2 plug-ins for 12 volt, 2 plug-ins for 120 or 110, and it's got 4 USB ports, and I love it. I just totally love it. It's all I need. I've got my coolers, and a couple of them I keep like my pots and pans in. Now, these aren't things that you need to have to start off with. These are things I've acquired. But I keep my pots and pans and dishes, whatever dish I do have, because most of it I use styrofoam. The styrofoam plates, it's easier. I do have a toolbox. Oh my God, I do have a toolbox. And I have a lot of tools in it because you never know what's going to happen. You don't know what you may need it for. It could be for the car, or it could be for any other thing that you have that all of a sudden kind of breaks down and you can go ahead and fix it. Because I carry my tools. I got my portable drill and everything. Tie down and zip ties. I live with them. Oh my God, I love those things. They have been a lifesaver for me. People say, how is it that you put everything on your trailer and it doesn't fly off? Because I got a lot of zip ties, and I got a lot of bungee cords and the tie downs, and I mean, I make sure things stay on there. Something I've also, shoes. You know, don't decide to bring your whole closet full of shoes, and it's not going to work. They're not going to have room. And basically, 2 pairs should do. I have a pair of boots, and I have a closed-in shoes, and I do have a pair of sandals. And the reason I have that is because that was my wedding shoes, and I will not get rid of it. I also have a 12-volt fan, so when it's not really hot, it helps circulate. I like it when it helps circulate the air, because in the van, my air conditioner, one, doesn't work. So it helps a lot in the van. And also, if you have a good mattress and a good air mattress, having a good night's sleep really helps a lot. When you have a bad night, you're going to have a bad day. So having a comfortable bed to sleep on is wonderful. And another thing I carry a lot with me is plastic bags. I've got the sandwich bags. Well, I have, yeah. And then I have the 1-gallon one. And then, of course, I do have the 13-gallon, which what I normally do is put it inside of my porta potty. And that way, whenever I need to, I just turn around, tie it up, dispose of it. First place I can dispose of it at. So that it's very convenient. It really is. And for garbage, for many other uses, really. But those are basically some things, not necessarily things that you have to have when you start off, but things that will help you along the way. Flashlights, I've got 2 small flashlights. They don't take up much room, but they're very powerful. And one of them is also a taser. So I like that. I keep that by my door on the driver's side, because if anybody ever tries to stick their hand in there, I'll just tase it. I mean, they don't have no business putting their hands in my car anyway. But I don't believe, I haven't really encountered things, not while camping out, that is. I haven't encountered bad things, not at all. I haven't had any fear whatsoever in camping. It's, who's going to bother you in the wilderness? Maybe the wild animals, but that's about it. And then they're more afraid of you than you are of them. So, anyhow, that's about all I could think of right now. And I know it's a lot of things, and I'm not saying you have to have all this when you start off with. You don't. But are things that you'll find might become necessary for you. And a lot of things you can get in Amazon or eBay, and it's cheap enough. Post office, I've one time had post office in Ehrenberg, and really generally I use the general delivery if I need, if I have a letter or anything like that coming in. I don't need the post office. I've gotten to a point where I try to find things that might be useful for me. I find it garage sales. You can find so much in a garage sale that you could use. The only thing that I'm lacking, and I did have a tent at my son's house. I don't know what happened to it, but it kind of vanished. I'd like to have a tent. I could put some of my things that I use more in the tent and keep it out of the weather. Or I could even put my potty in the tent for privacy. I could take a shower in the tent for privacy. Although my potty stays in my van, but if I want to, I could put it in there. But there's a lot of use for a tent. You don't need a huge tent. You just need a small enough, maybe two people, 4 at the max. And those 4, some of them are real big. But they do come in handy, very handy. Coffee. But anyway, I think that's about it for right now. I'm sorry I haven't been on for a couple of days, but just things going on, and I thought I'd take a little bit of a break too, really. But I kind of miss being on here. I miss you all. I miss your comments. You're wonderful. You're just absolutely wonderful. I mean, pat yourself, because you really make me feel good. You inspire me to continue. You're there when I need you, and that's more than I could say for some family. Really. Friends are sometimes more family than family. And I definitely believe that I have family with you all. So, anyway, tell you what, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And peace, love, and happiness to all of you. Have fun. Make it a great day. Make today a great day.